Let's see what these questions is. Look, somebody said explain the Scottish Rite in the different degrees. The Scottish Rite is called represented by the plaid of the Scottish kilt on the crest, and the Scottish Rite is the red house, which is the blood rights. So it's coming in off of when you say the red house, you're talking the mother line, which is the right to inherit, comes through the mother line, the wealth. The Blue Lodge is the father line, York right, which is the rulership right, which represented by the trident. The trident, the double trident, is the rulership right from both sides of the family. A good example of what I'm talking about is the tattoos that the wrestlers call the head of the table, Roman Reigns, and the Usos, right? When you look at the twins, they got both sides tattooed. But if you look at Roman Reigns and if you look at The Rock, they both got one side tattooed because they half-breeds. They can only get the inheritance for one side of the family. The other side of the family have to give them the cultural equivalent of the blessing from that side of the family. So you'll see one of them have a full Samoan sleeve, but he might have a Harley Davidson tattoo on his other arm because his other clan might be bikers. You know, or he'll put the signature Hell's Angel Wings or something like that on there. But or whatever the club is that they represent, they'll use blood and ink. That's how they have. That's a biker wedding. Tattoos is involved, and it's a blood rite, a blood ritual to tie families together. And it's blood and ink. That's a biker wedding. You had other ones that is paint and ink, where you got to get a whole body sleeve or something, like the triads, right? When you get the full cover, that's because you had to go through all of that, endure all of that tattoo. And it's the same with the culture, is the same South Pacific and Samoan and Tongan Islands with the tattoos. But none of that tattoo shit don't mean nothing when that lady come with the slipper. They know what I'm talking about. When she come with that motherfucking slipper and raise that motherfucker up, all shit stop until she say what need to be said. Period. And that's Big Mama. They call her Big Mama in they language. You know, different languages around the world. But when the matriarch come out and raise that slipper up here it might be something different according to the tribal tradition. But you know, it's something that Mama say or Mama does that everybody say, holy shit, we done fucked up. Everything stopped. In the islands, it's that slipper. Big Mama hold that motherfucking slipper up, everybody stop. That's the equivalent of a motherfucker in England holding up a scepter, a royal scepter. Fuck that scepter, though. That scepter is not tied to an earth right. The difference between manufactured implements and how we were over here is how we ties to nature is what values we held closer. So no matter what lifestyle we live, our link with nature, our ability to communicate with nature was always our greatest asset. So they didn't let the brother in. Try the other one. So once you start tuning back into nature. Hey, God.
Supreme, Aunt Rod, Supreme. How you doing, Aunt Rod?
I'm good, baby. Man, good. What's going on with
you? Man, I'm just breathing, man. Doing the best I can when I can, Aunt Rod.
Hey, look, as long as you do the best you can, that's all you can do. Right. Anybody expect you to do better than the best you can is a damn fool. They're setting you and themselves up for failure.
Correct.
You know?
Right.
So you do the best you can, but the goal is to always try to be better tomorrow than you was today. That's it. That's all you can ask for. I could only lift 300 pounds yesterday. I can lift 301 today. That's an improvement. That's all I can do.
Correct. You made that one step. Yeah. No matter
So,
if it's an inch or a mile.
So that's why start telling the babies that life's supposed to get hard when you go through the test. Because that's to stop the suicide rate. As soon as they understand life's supposed to go get hard when they're going through the test, they already prepared for it mentally. You know, when the police get ready to go out into the field, they do something called briefing. In the briefing, they tell them how the atmosphere is on the street, what to look for, if there's a hot suspect on the loose, what to look for, what he was driving. So the police in the street, going out in the street, knowing what to expect. Why are we not telling our children in this game of life what they need to expect in order to be successful? And the more if you can manufacture your struggle and control it with your willpower, you will accelerate past everybody in your age group exponentially according to your innate talents. But nobody's telling us to gritting up. You ain't got no grit no more. All these motherfuckers is what they call pusillanimous.
Say it again, Uncle Rod.
They pusillanimous. Now go look that word up, and I bet you find it in the dictionary. And right next to it, you're gonna see a metrosexual.
Oh man! I thank you for the knowledge, Uncle Rod. But I need you to answer one question for me. I had went to sleep, and I had a dream of this Anunnaki woman. She came down. I was in the forest where I be going to get my elderberry from. She came down from the ship, and the wind was just blowing. She came down, and she came down with like a katana outfit on. It was all black, and she had some pretty eyes and pretty skin. She was beyond beautiful.
Yep, that sounds like an Anunnaki woman.
Yep, and I had put out
when they be beautiful. There was one thing they're gonna be about 6'8".
All right.
They're gonna be pretty tall.
Yeah.
But they gonna be drop dead fucking gorgeous, color of a Hershey chocolate bar with the motherfucking eyes. Nobody don't never ask why the Muslims wear the kohl around their eyes. They're imitating the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki was, there's some cold motherfuckers, dog.
So on Rod, I pulled out both of my machetes, and I said, "You ain't finna eat me." She said, I am not here. I am not sent here to eat you. She said, I am sent here to give you solution over pollution, and I am here to tell you, if you're not powered up by the time you need to be powered up, I'm gonna come back and power you up and put you where you're supposed to be. And I just looked at her like, what?
She telling you she gonna come turn on your mitochondria if you haven't found a suitable female willing to turn it on.
That shocked me, Rod, and I was like,
they turn it on different. The way they turn it on, the women like they can control it from having years and years and years of knowledge of the ability that it was there, gave them a greater control. Some of the women on Earth can control it. All you got to do is watch the men, because if the man starts shriveling up, the woman turned it off. But she can't. One woman alone can't turn it off. You got to be 3 or more in agreement that you in violation of universal law, and then they can turn your shit off, and you're gonna look like you a shriveling AIDS patient.
Dang, that's cold. That's cold.
I had to tell him.
Right.
Right.
Aunt Roy, give me some insight on like when you be dreaming of your teeth falling out. That mean like somebody gonna pass in your family, right?
That's signifying losing a family member doesn't necessarily mean death.
What? Give me some insight on that.
Right. So some of people in some places believe it means somebody in your family gonna die. But it don't all death don't mean dead. Death means transition. So you like I got teeth missing. My teeth came
I
out.
do, I do too, all
It was
right.
it was
My
tied.
gum came.
Yeah, it was tied to significant events that followed. I was able to read the event and who was involved by the tooth that came out and the circumstances around losing it. The dream is an art or is just a four-dimensional expression of the same energy. If you can read it in four dimension, you can read it in three.
Correct.
But just because you can read it in three don't mean you can read it in four.
Right. Right. Sometimes I don't know how I do what I do, but I do it. I do it.
Just stay on your path, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right. All right. Let me tell you one more story. I was on a dirt bike. One time. I was on a KYZ 80. A little dirt bike like this, small like this. So I'm flexing it. I'm flexing it down this road. My homeboy told me to ride from the field, so I rode from the field. So as I'm going down this road, I'm doing like 35, 45 miles per hour on this dirt bike. So I'm flushing it. So I'm going down the street, and it goes like this, and here I can turn like this real quick. So I seen a brown truck right there. So I kept flushing it. Everything stopped to me. Everything stopped. I seen my whole death flash before my eyes. I seen everything happen. I seen me hit the truck, come off the dirt bike, fly in the air, break the lady 1 inch window in front of her, like laying right in front of her, dead blood. Gone. I came back to myself. I dropped my leg and turned the whole dirt bike and missed the truck. Yep.
You know, I'm not going to go off into the meaning of that particular dream because they're still in the comments talking about the last one.
Oh.
But my wisdom teeth was impacted.
They say, well, I still got all my, including my wisdom. I still got my wisdom teeth.
That's good. Yeah, mine was coming in. That's what broke all my teeth. When my wisdom teeth came in, and it was pushing so hard, it cracked teeth.
Yeah, it pushed the fork. Pushed the fork, and it'll crick in your teeth too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, all my teeth used to be real straight when I was little, except one tooth didn't come down.
Dang.
Anyway, when my wisdom teeth started coming in, top and bottom, they cracked teeth on the bottom and on the top. Fuck my teeth up.
Right. All right. I gotta tell you another one. Mama telling me to tell you this. So one day I went to sleep. I came to an all-white room. Guess who I see? Mother T walked right. She was in a happy place, but she wasn't happy. Yeah. Yeah. And I was speaking to her, but I don't remember what I was saying to her. I don't.
Look, back in 2018, right before I started doing this stuff. Nope, it was before that. 2013, I had a dream. And I had killed these vampires in the basement of the parking structure with the aunt. When I went upstairs, I seen all my big mamas in the big ass line saying, "Baby, you did it. You did it. Come on in here." They was having fried chicken celebration for me. So if I was gonna be a vegan, I'm gonna have to wait till after that fried chicken ceremony. Then I could probably do it after that.
Right.
Big Mama gonna be different chicken dishes, corn dishes.
Right. Right about that. All right.
Yeah, that dream was a monumental. Man, I be having some dreams, dog. I be going on adventures in the dream like I be leaving the world, going to fight in other galaxies and shit.
Thank you. That's the same way it be with me. And it be realer than here. It be realer than this reality.
Yep.
Yep. And I went to a peaceful place one day. And I came back. I jumped out the bed. Uncle Rod. And I be going through the quantum realm. That's why sometimes I wake up soaking wet.
And look, Crowley talk about your holy guardian angel. That's your higher conscious self. That's the one you send to go get the answers to the questions you can't find in books.
Correct.
When you come back, the answer occurred to you. Right? And a lot of times when you come back, we not paying it no attention. So you got to train yourself to have that inner dialogue. So when the answer comes to you, your higher self will say, that's the answer you've been looking for. It'll pop up in your head. Boom. Oh, that's the answer I was looking for.
Right. Like that little quote mark, like ding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you'll be doing something totally unrelated. Because your higher mind, as long as you holding it hostage, you can't find no answers.
I don't ever feel no impact. Nah, I don't ever feel no impact because I know how to control my higher self to come back in my body smooth, calm, and collective. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had experience. I got kicked off the Astros.
What you done did?
That's all.
What you did?
Oh man.
Did what you?
They told me I had a God complex. Take my ass back down. I got some more shit to learn.
Same thing with me. Like when I left the last life, when I came back in this life, I remember me coming out the womb. And I remember what happened in the last life. I only remember like a half of it.
I still remember doing flips in my mama womb. I can hear her talking to my daddy, talking about he in there jumping around like a little monkey.
Oh man, Uncle Rod, I remember me sitting up in a womb like this. I was in the chair.
I remember that shit, dog. I remember because I used to be bouncing off the side of her uterus wall. To me, that was the motherfucking trampoline. I was in that bitch doing flips and all kind of shit. I used to hear them on the outside talking. Man, you can't tell motherfuckers this shit. They think you be crazy.
Ooh. Ooh. No, yeah, all right. Ooh. Ooh, you got me today. Ooh, you sure did. Oh, man.
She said, ooh, he's jumping around like a little monkey up in there.
Gorilla, baby, gorilla.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Flipping like a motherfucker. Look, my mom was slick as hell because she trained me to find shit, right? Now I know good and goddamn well her keys ain't really lost and she know where they at, but she want me to look for them, so she put them somewhere. And then she souped me up like I'm the baddest motherfucker in finding shit that ever found some shit that was lost. Right. Got me looking for her shoes and shit. So that's programming that adolescent mind to find something.
Your psyche.
Yep.
Yep.
She's called me in. Come here, baby, do this puzzle with mama, because can't nobody put no puzzle together like you do. I don't know nothing about no goddamn puzzle. It's only the first one I've seen. But look, the power of her words resonates so deep. I ended up loving doing puzzles. Then I went to word puzzles and shit. Right now, I can sit in the crossword book all day long and be lost in that bitch. And be mad because I ran out of puzzles in that motherfucker.
I'm right. Hold on, this here. I don't mean to be fear mongering or nothing, but I guess spirit told me, it came to me a little earlier before you added me on here. It said the 14th and the 28th. That's all I got. The 14th and the 28th.
Yeah, that's nothing to fear.
Nah, it ain't nothing to fear, but
I already had a knock on the 14th.
For real?
Yeah.
I ain't even know that, all right. You see, I'm just communicate with you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. That's how it comes. When we be talking, and start vibing, that's when the messages start coming in.
Correct. It's the energy.
Yep, the channel open.
I don't know if I seen a red glap beside of my eyes on, bro. Yeah, but I seen something, but hey, I don't know, Aunt Rod. But Aunt Rod, I want to ask you a question, another question. How could I connect with my grandma that's with me right now? How could I make a strong connection with her?
Spend time with her. Look,
I'm always spending time with her.
Look. When I mean spend time with her, I mean conversate with her. Find out what she like. Find out what make her heart happy. That's the connection. By learning that with your grandma, when you meet your chick, it's going to make that relationship more communicable, where you can communicate better.
Right.
You know? She ain't on the other side. She here with him. He just want to be more close to her. You know, so you just spend more time talking to her. Ask her about her childhood. You know what I'm saying? Ask her about her mom and her dad. Ask her about her siblings when they was little. She got stories to tell your ass, boy. She ain't get this old for nothing. She got stories to tell your ass. Some of them gonna have you laughing, some gonna have you crying.
Mm-hmm.
But
I gotta get through.
bond that is created from having her tell you those things and asking her about them things is priceless.
Correct.
It's the same thing you're supposed to do with your girl. Get to know her. Ask her questions about her ambitions in life and shit. You know what I mean? But we think we know her, so we gonna try to tell her to do what I tell you to do. If we really knew her, we wouldn't have to tell her to do what I tell you to do. She'd be asking you what we need to do next.
Right. Right. Uncle Rod, you know you thought.
Yes, sir. I already know. Nigga, when I first came to myself, my higher self came to me, and I'm looking at this big bird beak motherfucker in front of me, man, I almost shit my pants in my dream. And he didn't talk with words, he talked with telepathy. I said, "Who is you?" He said, "I am you. I am Tahuti." And I was like, "Oh shit." The look was so piercing. And then I was like, "Well, what you mean you me?"
Right. So what it is when your shadow self came to you twice already? Because I done seen my shadow side when I was young, and I done seen it when I was at my middle age.
First, it depends on what you mean by your shadow self.
Shadow self, I'm talking about my shadow self, like I'm saying, when I was young, I came out my grandma's gate, and when I got to the end of the gate, a big shadow came across me like this. Woo! I was like, what the? I froze and I got the chills. And I came back to myself. I said, shit, I got to keep walking down the road. I kept walking down the road or whatever. I said, what was that? And I said, I ain't paying no attention because I kept walking. So, like, later on in life, like when I turned, like, about 17, 18, 19, my grandma told me don't smoke no weed in her yard. So I went outside and I rolled my shit up and I was smoking my weed. So I looked at the garbage can shadow. I looked next to the garbage can shadow. I said, him in shadow. So I turned my whole head like this and I wiped my eyes. I'm like, man, I'm tripping. Man, this weed got me tripping. So I look back to the garbage can shadow and I look next. And next to the garbage can shadow, I see the human shadow still. And I look back up and I don't see nobody. I dropped my joint, leave that shit right there and go in the house.
Look, shadows sometimes is somebody standing there outside of your field of vision. You can't see them with the naked eye, but they can still affect the light spectrum that you can see. Because when the light goes through them, the spectrum that they catch casts a shadow.
Right. And it was like about 6'5", the height.
Mm-hmm. Somebody, sister, my son saw a cat walk behind a car Come out the other side, a tall man with a top hat. Yeah, you know who that is. I don't want to touch that one right there. That's a hot topic.
Oh, all right. Let me tell you about this one. So, how about that bitch at Leah came to me a time ago? When I was young, ain't know nothing about none of this. Ain't know nothing. He presented himself to me. I had a dream. I came to all white room. He came to me as a man. No, a woman first. He said, join my army. I said, no. He came to me as his devilish self. He said, join my army. I said, no. He came to me as a man. I told him no, he flee.
He can only ask you 3 times.
Yeah. But he worked through people though. He worked through his kind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that evil in their eyes, and when they look at me, they give me some creepy look like this. I'd be like, what the? I said, well, I ain't got time for that day. I don't. Better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, but I'm looking at the comments. They're identifying the cat behind the car, Papa Legba.
Sounds like Papa Legba.
So, the Orisha come in families and rank. They don't send the highest ranked family member first. They send you in different waves. And when the Legba calls Ogun, he opened up the way for Ogun. He show him what's going on, and Ogun come through and put it all on the floor. Bust that shit up. Right. Now these are archetypes in the that we play out in the real world. So when she said the black cat, I'm talking Black Panther. When she see him stand up with the top hat, Baron Samadi wear the top hat. Baron Samadi is the Baron of the Crossroads, keeper of the gate.